I've reviewed quite a few action cameras on my channel. I reviewed one from a larger brand, the Garmin Verb, and others from some less than well-known brands that produce quality equipment at a low price. I've always seemed to avoid that one super major leader in the action camera market, GoPro. They've become quite a lifestyle brand with a price to match. Like many of you, I like doing photo and video of a lot of different things, including some first-person fast action. But it's something that I like to do without breaking the bank. Over the years, release after release, SJ-Cam has really upped their game. The SJ-Cam SJ6 Legend is arguably the best action camera that I have worked with, considering both the overall capability and the low price. In fact, earlier this year, I did an entire field trip using this action camera almost exclusively. That's a huge departure for me, as it's very, very difficult to rip a DSLR out of my hands. Action requires lightweight, a ton of flexibility, and something that won't leave you in a financial pinch if it goes floating down a river or tumbles down a cliffside. My own action tends to be a little bit more mundane, but when I'm in the driver's seat, on the bike seat, or running through the forest, I've got some requirements. And this new kid on the block, the SJ7 Star, has the features that I am looking for. Let me explain. For one, you've got the classic action camera form factor. Very small, very light, and very simple to operate. When I am out in the field, I want super simple operation. There are just a few buttons and an extremely responsive touch screen. I'm typically doing the setup at home beforehand, but really it's simple enough to configure and reconfigure in the field. It's easy to attach, and it uses the most popular action camera mounting standard. There are plenty of accessories available, both from SJ-Cam and from other manufacturers. Here's the real key, and here's why this is a preview and not a full review yet. The video quality. It has to deliver. If I'm going to feel like I'm risking my life barreling down a rocky hill on my mountain bike, I want a camera that's going to deliver the goods. I know that some of you really go out and do some extreme things, and some you can only do them once, or maybe you do it once and then you say, I'm never going to do it again, but you have the high quality video. You can watch it over and over again. Here's the deal with the SJ7 Star. 4K video at 30 frames per second, and also a wealth of standard HD options also. I'm going to be using it with different mounts, and it's going to be a key player in my upcoming Bryce Canyon and Zion National Parks trip. If this can keep up with me out there, it's a real winner. I've got my phone gimbal here, the DJI Osmo Mobile, and this clever, very inexpensive accessory bracket that lets me put the action camera on the gimbal. But to the gimbal, it just feels like a phone. I'll show you how that all works out in the full review. In the meantime, I can tell you that I've done some experimenting around my studio with the SJ7 already, and it's delivering better image quality than any action camera I've used. And I also just did some testing with it here in the forest on the gimbal, just running around, moving it around for some slower stuff. But again, this is just a preview and not the full review. That's coming up. If you want to check out pricing or even put one in your Amazon cart, I have put a link to this in the description below. I am an Amazon affiliate, so when you try out the same products that I enjoy, like this, you pay the same price, but a small portion of the price helps to support my site and allow me to create reviews and previews just like this one. And if you're not sure yet and want to learn more about this fun little camera, hang tight for a couple of weeks while I'm out testing its limits. And if you have any questions or you're curious about anything about this that you would like me to include in the review, let me know in the comments below.